morning and happy Friday. It is the 25th of February today. Fridays are my weighing days, so I am coming on to update my weight, let you know how I've got on this week and whatnot. It's not going to be the usual weighing video today, guys. First of all, I think I'll start off by pointing out that I am sick. You might have guessed, but I'm not very well at the moment. Jim had some kind of sickness bug, some kind of like cold flu thing going on, and he very kindly passed it on to me. I've been progressively getting worse, today being the worst day that I've felt so far. However, I've got myself a Lemsip, I've got myself a tissue, and I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to get through this video because I'm really not feeling very great. But it's very important for my sanity that I do this, and also I didn't want to completely let everybody down because I know that I've been a bit of a letdown recently. I've not been filming many videos, I've not been doing very well, I've not been very accountable to anything that I've been saying, but I do think that there is a bigger reason behind why that is. And I mentioned in last week's video that I think my plan wasn't working for me, and after much reflection over this week I am totally on board with that now, and it's time for a change, guys. My oh my, it is time for a change. Change is needed. I am going to let you know what my weight is today. I'm really not very happy about it, but I do feel like it's justified, but it's very shitty, so that's a little pre-warning. I really don't know how to do this. How should we do it? You're gonna have to forgive me because I honestly do feel shocking, so it might be a mission to get through this video with me. I really appreciate it if you do and if you stick with me. It's just I honestly feel like my head is such a shed today. I think everybody does when they're feeling sick, so trying to not be so hard on myself. So okay, so last week weighed in and realised that my plan isn't working for me anymore, and I've been sort of reflecting over this week about what I could do differently, what isn't working, why is it not working for me, all that, kind of just delving into it and having a good old think. And I did totally intend to sort of like track and to just do the best I could. However, my heart's just not in what I'm currently doing, so yeah. So I've not done very well this week in terms of tracking. So Friday through to Monday didn't track. Definitely ate over my losing weight calories. I got no indication of what that was because I didn't track. But I did sort of like overindulge on occasions. And then on Tuesday I actually filmed a what I eat in a day video, just trying to sort of like claw back some resemblance of like health and normality and get back onto some kind of track. But do you know what, I think deep down, like, my heart really isn't in what I'm currently doing, so it's just hard to commit to something that you know is not really working very well for you. Not to give myself any excuses, because I could have done something and you know, but then I got sick, and yeah, so not doing very well this week at all. The only day I've tracked is Tuesday, and in terms of like what I've been eating, you obviously saw on Tuesday what I ate. On Wednesday I was over in the studio at work all day, and I had like a tuna sandwich, like a couple of coffees, and then I had some crisps while I was on the way home, and then I went skating, and then on the way home from there, oh no, actually, yeah, I picked up some lunch from Marks and Spencer's to bring home for Jim, because he was very sick at this point, so I got him a lasagna to put in the oven, and I said, like, can you save me a little bit of it? But on the way home from skating, I went to KFC to get Millie some food, and I had a couple of, what are they called? They're like fillets, just a free fillets. And then I got home and had a little bit of lasagna. And then last night we had lasagna again because we were just feeling really unwell, and no excuse, but obviously we wasn't in the mood for cooking and whatnot. So just quite stodgy food, which I know doesn't work very well for me, so it's not good. So I kind of don't want to talk too much about this week, but I know it's probably quite frustrating because I know you guys are very sort of like interested in what's been going on, and I promise I'm going to change that. That's going to change dramatically. But as far as this week's gone, let's just say I just haven't done very well, and I will let you know what my weight is at some point throughout this video. But the majority of this week has been spent reflecting on how I've been feeling about my weight loss journey, and what I feel like, why it's not worked. Because ultimately the plan that I am or was currently doing should really work. It should. There's nothing wrong with the plan itself. It's just that I wasn't fully committed to it. I have like a huge like thing that I've been like writing down, like trying to get my thoughts and stuff out, and I don't really want to read from a script, so to speak, but as I'm sick I can't really sort of like think of what I want to say, and I don't want to really like mess this up because it's really important, and I think that this is such a pinnacle change. So I'm gonna just read what I've wrote down here and hope that it makes some sort of sense to you guys. So I've put, why wasn't my original plan working for me? The plan would have worked if I stuck to it every day, but for some reason I found this difficult to do. On reflection, I feel like this is because I have much more success when I set strict boundaries. I feel like I've allowed myself to be too lenient in areas. I've been fighting against the way I need to eat for my body. I don't think you need to cut out bread or pasta or crisps or any food for that matter to lose weight. But I do believe food plays a massive part in how our individual bodies work. For instance, my body would benefit from an anti-inflammatory diet. My condition naturally means my body is more susceptible to inflammation. Therefore, my job is to make sure that the food I'm eating... I've just like gone off of it. Therefore, it's my job to make sure the food that I'm eating does the very best job at combating that. As a person, I just cope better with more extreme changes. I'm an all or nothing person. I don't personally deal well with slowly cutting something out. I definitely work better with a more extreme approach. I feel like possibly I've maybe considered too much of the advice that's out there for losing weight, baby steps, balance, 80-20 rule. Not that any of these methods are not wrong. It's just that maybe I've got caught up in this web of suggestions on how to lose weight, but in reality that's far from how I would have most success. So I feel like I've been giving myself inches and taking miles in a bit of a sense. So the reason I think that the plan that I was doing, or how I'd previously chosen to lose weight, wasn't working is because I need more boundaries to work with. So for instance, for a lot of people, cutting things out and restricting leads to over restriction, and then leads to desire, and then leads to binges. Where for me personally, if I allow myself to have something, I won't just have a little bit of it, I will have a lot of it. So if I say, yeah, you can still have Kit Kats, or you can still have this, or you can still have that, I won't just have like a little bit of it, I'll have a lot of it. So I need, and then this doesn't mean to say for the rest of my life I'm never ever going to eat bread or pasta or things like that, but I think right now I need a more regimented, stricter approach to my weight loss for me, because I just feel like if I give myself leeway, or I'm slightly lenient in an area, then I feel like I kind of run with it and I give myself too many excuses and I kind of get in my way. And then I know like mostly the advice out there to lose weight is to, you know, take baby steps and have a more sort of a balanced approach, and we say, is it sustainable for the rest of your life? Because ultimately it's a lifestyle change. So I completely get that, but I just think for me, I just feel like I just need more boundaries. I need a more structured, maybe military kind of approach to it, and that just historically that just really works for me. With sort of like stopping drinking, I said no, I'm not gonna do it. You know, I didn't say, oh, I'm gonna start off by maybe having like a drink every Tuesday or a drink on a weekend, or I just said no, I'm not going to do it anymore. And that's how that's just how it works for me. And I think maybe I've been a little bit apprehensive to do it, just because of like the fear of what people may think, like that I'm maybe advocating that people just be really strict. I don't know, but anyway, I've come to the conclusion that this is the thing, that this is what works for me. This is the best way that I approach things. I'm very extreme. I'm a very extreme person in that sense. I like to just do it. So that's what I figured out. So in terms of my new plan to lose weight, I've been sort of like, I've been looking at a few different diets, like, you know, obviously like Weight Watchers, Slimming World, the Atkins diet, keto. I've been like researching loads of different diets and things and thinking, would that fit? Is that a good fit? Is that a good fit? And just kind of like feeling it out and seeing what may possibly work for me. And I've kind of come up with this diet, I don't know, way of eating, which is sort of somewhat between, I'm just gonna describe it as an anti-inflammatory diet basically, and it's somewhere between a low GI diet and the paleo diet. I've kind of taken adaptations from both of them diets, as well as going back to this book which I read last year, and I've been wanting to use this as like my sort of like Bible for health and eating for a while now. Some of you will have heard me reference it, but I've never committed to it, and that's really bizarre. Like, why? I don't know why I haven't done this sooner, but anyway. So essentially, I'm following the lipedema diet. I'm taking adaptations from it all, and essentially I'm still calorie counting. I'm still going to be counting my calories, but there's quite a lot of food that I'm just going to not be eating at all. Like no way, like no food. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reference the eating pattern from basically what I'm going to be doing. So it's primarily whole foods, mostly plants, including a wide variety of rainbow coloured vegetables and fruits. Fermented foods, use herbs and spices to provide your flavours. It says starve lymphedema and lipedema, which is essentially like inflammation, by avoiding added sugars, especially fructose, refined grains, especially grains containing gluten, and chemically modified fats. Limit animal products and high salt foods, avoiding dairy other than kefir and yogurt. Whole foods are best because most prepared foods contain added sugar, salt, soy, unhealthy fats, or undesirable additives. So basically, primarily, so this is what my diet is going to consist of mainly. Vegetables with bright colours and flavours such as dark leafy greens, colourful beets, corns, squash, peppers and onions, garlic, mushrooms and herbs. Beans, legumes or pulses such as black beans, butter beans, cannellini beans, chickpeas, fava beans, great northern beans, kidney beans, lentils, lima beans, peas, navy beans, pinto beans, etc. Berries, blackberries, blueberries, cranberries, raspberries, strawberries, etc. Citrus fruits, grapefruits and oranges. Fruits will consist of apples, apricots, bananas, cherries, grapes, kiwis, mangoes, melons, papaya, peaches, pears, pineapple and plums. When it comes to potatoes, it's a smaller waxy potatoes such as new, red, purple, etc. So I'm going to be staying clear of the starchy larger potatoes like the russet style potatoes. I can still have sweet potatoes or yams if you're in America. Grains, whole grains not containing gluten, so brown rice, buckwheat, millets, oats, quinoa, wild rice, that kind of thing. Fermented foods like kefir and yogurt with active cultures, sauerkraut, dill or sour pickles. Soy that is minimally processed or fermented soya beans, edamame beans, tofu, miso, tempeh. Milks, I will be having unsweetened non-dairy milk drinks. In terms of like what I am going to be drinking, it'll be probably just mainly fruit and herbal teas and water, but I can have black coffee, tea with like almond milk if I want. Other things like flaxseed, avocado, olives, coconut milk and spices. Also I can eat, but this is more of a, not the majority, not the bulk of what I'm going to be eating. So it says here that Brazil nuts are high in selenium, which can help reduce swelling, but excess selenium can cause health issues. Either eat a limited quantity of Brazil nuts, 1 ounce or 6 nuts purchased shelled, or 3 nuts purchased unshelled per day, or take selenium supplements, not both. In terms of chocolate, dark chocolate with 70% or more cacao, dairy preferably organic, butter or ghee, cheeses, not processed cheese or cheese spreads, goat's milk cheese, sheep's milk cheese, and milk. Eggs including the yolks, preferably organic or free range. Fish, tuna, wild salmon, mackerel, herring, sardines, anchovies and other seafood high in omega-3. Meats preferably organic, grass-fed beef, buffalo, lamb, pork, wild game. In terms of meats, I'm going to just be trying to go for leaner varieties. Nuts and seeds, almonds, cashews, hazelnuts, macadamia nuts, pecans, pistachios, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, walnuts. Oils, extra virgin olive oil, avocado, walnut, coconut, cocoa butter, flaxseed, macadamia and sesame oil. And then in terms of the eat rarely or never list, so these are I'm just gonna try and just not eat these at all. So these are completely banned in terms of like what I am going to be eating. So grain products containing gluten, so breads, breakfast cereal, bulgur, cakes, cookies, couscous, crackers, cupcakes, noodles, pancakes, pasta, pies, pizza, waffles, etc. Gluten-free food substitutes, so gluten-free breads, pasta, pizza, baked goods made with cornstarch, potato starch, rice starch, tapioca starch, etc. Fried foods and food products such as chips and crisps and fries. Meat processed or preservatives using nitrates. So these are things like hot dogs and things like that. Sugary snacks, so candies, energy bars, fruit roll-ups, ice creams, sherbet, etc. I'm going to be also staying clear of like sugar sort of additives and artificial sweeteners, sugary sort of like drinks and things like that are off the list as well. And trans fats, chemically modified fats including regular and vegan mayonnaise, beer, liquor, mixed drinks, wine coolers, etc. So that's pretty much like an overall rundown of the foods that I am going to be eating. I suppose to sort of like break it down a little bit more manageably, a typical sort of like day, I am still going to be having my protein shakes because I feel like they work really, really well. I definitely, one of the things where I said when I was reflecting on what has worked for me in the past was including protein shakes in my diet, because they really help maintain my hunger and my energy. So I do want to, I'm sorry that I'm so sniffly, I do want to continue having them. So typical day, probably breakfast would be protein shake, maybe some other protein source, maybe some scrambled eggs, or I don't know, something like that. And then for lunch, I'm trying to stick to having grilled lean protein and vegetable sauces at every meal. And then if I feel like I need it, I will have brown rice or lentils or some kind of like bean stew and that kind of thing. I'm actually really quite excited about trying some new recipes and things. I just feel like it's gonna force me to be a little bit more experimental with my cooking and what I am eating. So I am going to be sticking to a calorie goal between 1,200 and 1,400 a day. So I'm not going to be going over 1,400, but I'm also not going to feel like I have to eat up to that amount every single day, just because I feel like hunger is totally, it's not like linear. I don't feel like every single day I'm gonna want to eat 1,400. If I do, that's fine, but I want to try and get out of the routine of feeling like I have to eat just because I've set myself this calorie goal. If I'm hungry, obviously eat, but if I'm not, I don't want to try and like, I don't want to force myself to do it. Sorry, I just had to have a blowing my nose break. So I feel like I really hope that I've explained what I'm going to be doing in as best detail as I can, and it's come across well. So essentially I am cutting a proportion of things out of my diet which are not going to which are currently creating inflammation and just allowing me to be more like lenient and stuff. So over this weekend, I'm basically going to write down out of here all the foods that I can eat. I'm going to focus on what I can eat, not what I can't eat, because there's a huge list of what I can eat, what I am going to be eating. It's not about, oh, it's just, you know, I can't eat this or I can't eat that. It's about what I can eat. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on. And over the weekend I'm going to be making my first week meal plan, and I'm going to be documenting it every day, which I hope you're really excited to hear, because I know a few people have reached out and said that they really miss my like daily vlogs or my more sort of like presence on here. So I'm going to be starting complete fresh on Monday. So I am literally starting my journey somewhat again. I'm not going to dismiss the little bit of weight that I've already lost, or the journey that I've done so far, and I think it's now really time to focus on this, because I have always had other little things going on in the background, whether it be, you know, stopping drinking or smoking or discovering my lipedema and learning about that, whatever, but I just really, for my own sanity, I cannot keep going round on this same old cycle that I've been on for the last year. I really have to break the cycle now, guys, and I am going to do it. I know I've said this so many times, but I genuinely, this time, it is going to happen. I think Monday is the it's the 28th of February, so it's not quite into March, but come Monday I am going to be starting my new journey, and I'll do like, maybe I'll make a new playlist for it. I don't know, I'm going to be trying to document as much of what I'm eating, but I feel like I want to do more of like a diary format. So if I don't do a what I eat in a day, I think I will catch up with you guys on an evening and just do a really quick video. I might do a few lives sometimes if that's something that you're interested in, just to kind of like show you all like how I'm getting on. Also, another quite exciting new element is the fact that Jim is also going to be losing weight with me. He expressed his desire to want to lose weight, and we are going, he's not sure if he's gonna do exactly what I'm doing, but he's gonna give it a go and see if he likes it. So maybe he can join in on the weighing videos and we can watch him like lose weight as well, and see how he's finding the weight loss, and we maybe can talk about how we are finding it as a couple, because I feel like it's really difficult when you're living with other people to lose weight. So that's an interesting side thing to this as well. So I did weigh in today, and I'm really not very happy about it. I've had pretty much a full week, other than Tuesday, off plan. So I mean, I did expect to gain, but to be honest, I wasn't expecting this much of a gain. But anyway, let's just rip the band-aid off and get it over with, because I'm just not happy about it and I really want to change it. So last week I weighed in at 14 stone 8 pounds, and this week I've weighed in at 15 stone 4, which is a gain of 6.4 pounds. And my battery's flashing. My camera's like, no, we don't like it. So yeah, I'm not very happy about it, but you know, I can't expect anything different really. I've had a week of not tracking and I haven't eaten very well. I think it's pretty like impossible to almost gain half a stone in a week. I don't know, it's probably correct, but I'm not gonna beat myself up too much about it. I'm just gonna focus on changing it. Speaking of, I better just grab a new battery, because this is probably gonna die and I'll lose all this footage and have to do it again. So I'll just quickly change my battery. So as I was saying, I'm not obviously happy about my weigh-in today, but there's just nothing I can do about it now. I can't go back and change it. All I can do is look ahead and make changes for the future. And I think this is why I haven't been getting as much success as I would like, is because I just feel like it's been quite obvious that the plan that I have been doing just hasn't been working. So I just feel like it is time for a change, and I really don't want to focus on my weight today. I want to just think ahead. I'm really eager to get going and get started with my new plan. So in terms of like workouts and things like that, I feel like I'm mainly focusing on my food, like my diet, what I'm going to be eating. That's going to take my main focus. I am still going to be working out, hopefully on a regular basis, but I'm not setting any sort of strict workout routines or anything like that, just while I get sort of like into this new way of eating and try and sort of like understand it a bit better, because it is going to be a learning process. I don't think, you know, straight away on Monday I'm going to have it cracked. I think it's going to take a while. I am going to give myself a month of doing exactly what I've set out, and then hopefully at the end of March I'll sort of like, hopefully I'll have really great results and I'll be like, yay, this is working now, it's going great, hopefully. But as with everything, you know, it might not. And if it doesn't, you know, we've just got to keep going and keep adapting and until we do find something. And I do believe there is the perfect sort of like lifestyle change that is going to work for me really, really well. The desire to lose the weight is still there. My lipedema is not going anywhere, and I definitely need to eat in a way that manages that much better. So yeah, I know that I also said I was going to do some comparison photos. I did take some, but there's absolutely no difference, and I'm feeling too vulnerable to share photos of my body right now. I'm obviously not happy that I've gained 6 pounds. I'm really not in a great place with my body confidence, so I'm really sorry guys, but I'm not in the right place to do that. So I have got them though, and hopefully this time next month I'll be sharing them with you, and it will be a much different story. I just feel like such a letdown. I really do. I feel like I keep coming on and like I'm trying to help you all and trying to encourage you all with your journeys, and I just feel like I'm not doing a very good job at that at the moment. So yeah, hopefully this time next week I'll be in a much better place. Hopefully the sickness will have gone and I'll be a week into my new plan and absolutely loving it. I'm going to do oh, Jim started hoovering, I'm sorry if you can hear that. But yeah, over the weekend I'm going to be doing my meal plan for my first week on my new plan. And it might seem like, I hope I've explained it well enough that you can see that there is a considerable amount of change in it. I suppose that will probably come when you see what I'm eating more. But there is a big change. And yeah, I just think that it's a bit of it's going to be a bit of a learning process, so please stick with me while I get into it. And I'm sorry that this video has been so long and a bit rambly, but I felt like it was needed. I felt like I needed to get to like let you guys know like what was going on in my head and how I was feeling. And I am really excited for this sort of like new sort of direction in which I'm going, and I'm really excited to bring you all along with me. So I guess Monday's day one, and the rest is and today is just history. So we're gonna forget about everything that I have been doing and focus on everything that I'm going to be doing. That's what I'm gonna try and do over the weekend. I've got a bit of like healing to do with this bug. I'm sure come Monday it will have gone and I'll be in a much better frame of mind. Massive high five to any of you who have reached it this far through this video. Yeah, sorry that it was just me rambling at you. I feel much better for it though, and I really hope that you guys want to stick with me, because honestly you really do support me and encourage me so much to keep going. I probably would have given up if it wasn't for all of you guys, so that's how much you mean to me. Yeah, and like I said, Monday is going to be my next video. I'm going to be documenting my first day, and hopefully I can do what I'm intending to do, which is do a little video every day, whether it's just like a little catch up in the afternoon of how the day's gone, or what in the day video, or anything like that. But my weigh-ins are still going to be on a Friday, and yeah, we'll just see. But that's it for today's weigh-in video. I'm so sorry it's been so long, but yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, guys. It's gonna be good. We have totally got this. I can totally do this. I am excited, and yeah, let's just do it. But until Monday, and my new weight loss journey day one, it's gonna be, it feels weird like saying that I'm starting again. I'm not really starting again, I'm starting afresh, but I think it kind of somewhat in me feels like I am. I don't know, does that make sense? I don't know. I'm gonna go because I'm rambling on, and I feel like I'm not making much sense now. But yes, until Monday's video, I hope that you guys stay happy, healthy and well. I love you all, and I will see you next week for my new plan. Bye!